Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're researching senior care options in Long Beach or anywhere in Los Angeles County, today's video is hopefully going to give you a bit more clarity. We're diving into a major trend. Families overwhelmingly prefer in-home care to senior living communities or assisted living, but many still struggle to figure out what level of care their loved one needs and how to actually get that support. Now, this isn't just happening nationwide. This is happening right here where I'm at, Long Beach, Lakewood, Downey, Bellflower, San Pedro, and across LA County. So let's really break it down, okay? Why this is important. Now, across California, families are facing incredibly difficult decisions about how to care for their aging parents. According to recent industry insights, most families say their loved ones' independence is the number one priority. That makes aging in place, meaning staying in their own home with a little extra help, the preferred option to keep their independence. But even though most families want in-home care, very few understand the different levels of care, the benefits, the costs, and what specific support their loved ones require actually from a day-to-day perspective. That confusion often leads, from my experience, to delays, stress, burnout, miscommunication, all of it. Now, in Long Beach and throughout LA County, seniors consistently say that staying at home allows them to feel more like themselves. They're surrounded by familiar routines, neighborhoods, friends, and the comfort of their home. Now, independence, dignity, and emotional stability all play a major role in why families, I feel, gravitate toward in-home care rather than assisted living or nursing facilities. Most seniors simply feel safer and happier in their own space. And for many families, that's ultimately the deciding factor why they want to stay in the home with in-home care. Now, but here's the issue. While families prefer in-home care, more than 1/3 openly admit they have no idea what level of care their loved one actually needs. And almost half say they're not even sure which services to look for, or how many hours, or what the level of care may be. Now, this means people in LA County are making decisions about home care without any guidance they need, without proper assessments. Families choose too little support, maybe even too much support, or spend months overwhelmed by conflicting information. This confusion is extremely common even among families who have already cared for another parent. So if you think about it, let's simplify what in-home care actually includes, because a surprising number of families only think of it as a caregiver who visits. Now, that may be the primary thing. Now, in-home care can include personal care. So think of support like bathing, grooming, companionship for seniors who live alone, medication reminders, help with mobility, meal preparation, transportation to medical appointments, and including up to overnight support. Some caregivers, such as ours, also specialize in dementia care or diabetes care, respite care for family caregivers, post-hospital recovery or surgery. The point is, in-home care is much more flexible than most people realize. And for families in Long Beach and LA County, that flexibility often makes it easier for seniors to stay home safely for months, if not even years longer than they originally expected. And that's really big. Okay, let's talk about costs, because this is one of the biggest reasons families hesitate. And even in California, where programs like IHSS, which is in-home support services, and Medi-Cal exist, many families still struggle to pay for daily in-home care without financial strain. And if you live in Southern California, you already know the cost of caregiving is a lot higher than many other states. According to current research, only about 1/4 of older adult households can comfortably afford daily care from a caregiver or a home health aide. Families in Long Beach, Lakewood, and across LA County, as I see every day, feel this pressure all the time. So even if the preference is for in-home support, the financial reality can make things quite complicated. So you always have to consider that. And this is where I always recommend an assessment and a professional to come in to make sure you're getting the right care. Now, a major reason families hit roadblocks is also simple. They don't know where to start. So moving on from the finance, They don't know how to evaluate their loved one's current needs, how quickly those needs may change, and how to compare home care agencies besides just looking at the price. Many caregivers are juggling work, parenting, and taking care of aging parents. So they're really doing it all without much formal training. This is where an agency can come in and do an in-home consultation, which is typically free. In most cases, people are thrown into caregiving without any preparation. So of course it feels overwhelming for you. I wanted to move on from that and really talk about the local picture because that's what matters. Now, in your area, your state might be slightly different, but in Long Beach and the surrounding cities that I service, such as places like Downey, Bellflower, Southgate, Paramount, Lakewood, and San Pedro, they have a very large senior population and a wide range of home care providers. Some agencies offer flexible hourly schedules. Some specialize, as I mentioned before, in dementia or even veterans care like us, and others partner with hospitals and skilled nursing facilities. But even with all these options, families still struggle to identify which provider actually fits their situation. They're often unsure of the differences between personal care, companion care, home health, and even hospice support. So from my experience, some of the mistakes I see all the time as families and loved ones navigate this journey is, number one, families wait too long to have the conversation. They avoid discussing care needs until there's an absolute crisis. They compare prices without really comparing services or quality. And they underestimate how quickly an older adult's needs can change. So if you're living in LA County or in Long Beach, you're probably, if you're watching this, you're dealing with these same challenges. So really, what's the first step? How do I solve for this? The best place is to begin with a simple, honest conversation with your loved one about their comfort, their fears, and their goals. Then get a care assessment, either through a loved one's physician, a hospital case manager, a VA provider if they're a veteran, or a reputable home care agency. From there, you can connect with LA County Aging Resources, caregiver support programs, and local organizations that help seniors navigate benefits and care options. This is how you build a realistic plan without feeling overwhelmed or that you're in a crisis mode, as an example. Now, I want you to know you don't have to do this alone. And if you're outside of LA County or Long Beach, of course, there's local resources too. I'm sure there are strong senior care networks that include nonprofits, professional caregiving organizations, and local agencies that can help guide you. Caregiving is one of the most important and emotionally challenging responsibilities a person can take on, especially when you're balancing work and your own family, as an example. Asking for help isn't a weakness. It's what ensures your loved one gets the proper care to stay at home. So now in closing, if you found this helpful, as always, please like this video, share it with someone in LA County or Long Beach who's trying to understand in-home care, and subscribe. Please subscribe for more content on aging, caregiving, and senior care. Let me know in the comments what your biggest struggle has been when trying to find care for a loved one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.